Hi, my name is Zach, and this is my story. I grew up in a Christian home. I have a good Christian family. I've gone to church for as long as I can remember. I've attended Willow Creek since I was in Cubbies. So I've really had the background to kind of support all the beliefs that I have nowadays. But I never really understood them. And when I was in about 4th grade, when I went with the church to IRBC summer camp, the junior boys camp, I remember there was a sermon on hell and stuff like that and what happens after you die, and I remember I was really scared. But then the preacher told me that there was a way out, and if I really just trusted God as my Savior, that I would be saved from all of that. And although it's true, I think I really, at that age, made my profession of faith more on the basis of being scared, and I really wanted God to come into my life just to save me from that, and I went and continued my life kind of the way that I was living it, and just kind of like sinful rebellion of God, just now knowing that I had a free pass away from hell. When I was in about 9th grade, when I was a freshman, for most of the year there were a lot of things coming up about having fake faith, not only like at church, but also just like all around me. There were a lot of people that my parents I know respected, so then I respected them, that ended up saying that their faith wasn't actually genuine when they thought it was, and that they had like just gotten saved, and these were like 40-year-old adults and stuff like that, and it was extremely surprising to me, but it really made me evaluate my faith and whether or not my faith was true. And I kind of wrote it off and told myself that my faith was true. But when I went to summer camp in 9th grade at Buena Vista College called Impact University, God really spoke to me. He did a lot of things in my life, and he worked at my heart, and a lot of times just drug a lot of the things out that I'd been doing that were really sinful, and kind of showed me that I wasn't living my life for Christ, and that my life might not even have Christ in it. And coincidentally, the entire theme for the camp that year was The Walking Dead, which was kind of like people having faith and trying to walk in faith and going to church and doing all the right things, but not actually having true faith and not actually having any fruits of faith or anything like that. And it really made me open my eyes to look at my faith, and I realized that my faith wasn't genuine, that when I was a 4th grader I was really only scared of hell when I tried to ask Christ to be in my life. And I realized that genuine faith was really something that I didn't grasp before. Genuine faith is really just putting all of my trust in what Christ did for me on the cross, and how much he really paid for all of my sins, and not having any faith in anything that I could do, because I am really powerless. Even though I was saved, it got to the point where I'd kind of grown stale in my faith. I wasn't reading the Bible, I wasn't praying a lot, I wasn't associating myself with the best of people either. And I started getting into a lot of bad things again, and bad habits again, and stuff like that. And I think there was a lot of peer pressure aspect of that, and I didn't have any real strong good influences in my life that I was really letting in. It got to one day towards the end of my junior year where I felt utterly broken and just crushed inside, and I didn't know where to turn or what to do. And so I remember I opened up my Bible, and I didn't know where to start reading. I opened up to Psalms, and I started reading about that, and I wanted to just take my eyes off of myself and put my thoughts and stuff like that on the glory of God. And it was really, really cool. When I read through the passage, I don't really remember what the words were. I just remember I felt this overwhelming feeling of love, that God loved me. And that was something that never really struck me before. I always felt like my faith was kind of a responsibility and stuff like that. I never felt like I really, truly loved God because he loved me. And I didn't ever truly feel, I guess, loved by God until that moment. And I knew once I read that, how much God loved me, and it truly sunk in. And I remember I laid in bed for like 30 minutes just sobbing and praying and pouring my soul out to God. And that was really the moment where I decided to just dedicate my life to Christ and completely make anything that I did in my life to honor and glorify Christ. Now, I've been to a lot of summer camps where I've made a lot of summer commitments, and I've been really on fire for Christ and stuff like that, and then the flame has kind of gone out, and I haven't really continued to serve God or really care as much as I did when I was at camp or like when I just left camp. But this time it's not really the same, and I definitely feel a fire for Christ because I've been in the Word and I've been serving others as much as I can, and I've been outwardly looking for ways to serve and honor God, and I'm excited to be able to keep on doing that.